Really excited to be in the city. Really glad to meet you all. Really surprised so many people showed up. I apologize for not having as many chairs as we needed. But again, we have a lot of floor up here. So the way this is going to work is, usually I do these meetups. You guys know why we do these meetups. I really want to get to know you a little bit more, and then also I want for you guys to meet each other and kind of like build a network of really like-minded people. With that said, what I usually do at the smaller meetups is kind of talk to people one-on-one, but there's a ton of people here tonight, and so I wanted to try something different and kind of have this more back and forth dialogue in a group setting. So with that said, I don't have any agenda today. I really want to kind of take questions from you guys and see if there's anything that I can do to help you along your journey and where you're at. But I do want to emphasize that if you do ask something, try to be cognizant of everybody else and try to ask it in a way that is helpful to everybody else. So don't just be like, hey, I have this one channel where I study ants, what do I do in this one particular situation? Because that's not helpful for anybody, right? So when you ask any questions or explain where you're stuck, try to make it so that it's relevant to other people. So with that said, does anybody have anything that they're dying to know, or they're just like, man, I've been trying this for really, really long and I'm just kind of stuck? Let's start in front.
What is your daily routine to creating content?
Actually, before we start, how many people are in automated income machine? Okay, cool. So I'm going to take questions from both. So just if you're asking it about one or the other, YouTube or your online business, just make sure you clarify that. Sorry.
This is so like what is
or general questions.
Yeah, general questions. General. How do you create content during your day? Like, do you get up and do a storyboard, or like? How do you guys, what's your process?
My day as a CEO, or do you want me to make it a little bit more general as what I did, as to what when I was making when I was first starting?
When you were first starting out, when you were making videos for YouTube, because that's where we are.
Yeah. So we had. It was kind of a shit show when we started, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'll give you what we used to do, and then I'll give you what I do now. So what we used to do was just say, all right, we need to create one video every 2 weeks, and then we told our audience that we were going to do that. Now there's pros and cons to doing that. One is that it keeps you accountable, but then two is like if something fucks up and you don't do it, everybody gets pissed at you. So we had, but I think it's important to just have a goal for yourself. And you say, look, I'm going to create one video every week, or every 2 weeks, every month, whatever your schedule allows, right? And so that's kind of like the rough goal that we had, and then getting there was kind of a shit show because I don't know if you guys probably experienced this too, but when you have a goal, you tend to do everything toward the end of like that timeline, right? And so it was always like staying up all night right before the video is supposed to go live, editing our asses off, and then uploading it. Things would go wrong, and then like we're not sleeping. We would stay up all night, and we would sleep until like 2 or 3 or 4 p.m. The next day. So now the way I do it is I have big goals like that. So I'm not going to talk to you about my personal goals right now because it's not relevant, but let's just say I'm trying to create a video or write a script for any of you that are in AIM. When I say AIM, by the way, I mean automated income machine, just in case anybody. And VA is viral acting. So that's just what we call it internally. So when you're setting these goals, it's good to set smaller goals as well. So every single week, I say, all right, what's the one big thing I want to get done this week? It might be writing the script plus editing. It might be editing plus promoting. And then I say, okay, now let's split that up into daily goals. Like, what's the one biggest thing I want to do today? And every day I wake up, I just say, like, what's that one big thing? And that big thing doesn't have to take your whole day, but it should be at least, for me, I try to do 3 hours. Right, so right now I'm writing a video for our hiring process, and so every single day I've been, that's my goal for the last 3 weeks, and every single day I wake up and I say I'm going to do this for at least 3 hours. Granted, it doesn't always happen like that because I am a CEO. There's 20 people working for us, and sometimes things just go to shit. But when you're starting out by yourself or maybe with a partner, it's a lot easier to kind of stick to that schedule because you really only have a couple of things to focus on.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Kong, take your necklace off for the sound. Thanks.
Oh. Yeah.
So VA question, I guess. I know this is not like a money question. I just was kind of concerned, or I don't understand what the changes were that Google made about you have to have 1,000 subscribers or some sort of amount of hours of income. Do you know how to explain that? Because I don't understand it.
Yeah. So when I first started out, it was really hard to get into the partner program where they would actually pay you through AdSense. Eventually, they made it very relaxed, where like literally anybody could start getting paid and running ads on their channel. And so what happened when they did this was that people who are doing like super racist videos, or like I'm part of the KKK or ISIS is the best type of videos, they were becoming partners, and they were getting advertisers to advertise on their channel, and it kind of blew up a little bit out of proportion in the news. But because it blew out of proportion, now YouTube is being more strict on who can be a partner and who can monetize their channel. So they have certain, I guess, restrictions now. So I think that you have to have, I don't know the numbers exactly, you're gonna have to look this up yourself, but something along the lines of like 10,000 views in the last, per month in the last 3 months.
4,000 views and 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
What's that?
1,000 subscribers and 4,000 views.
4,000.
But over the past 90 days, right?
Hours. Hours of views.
Either way, you guys, let's not get into What's important here is that there's now a bar that you have to hit, right, in order to become a partner and to monetize. And a lot of people were pissed about that, but honestly, here's my opinion on it. If you got 4,000 hours of watch time in the last 90 days, or whatever that number is, even 10,000 hours, that doesn't really result in that much money. I think when I calculated it out, it was like $50 or something like that. So there's really nothing that you should really be concerned about here, and you're getting like low numbers. You're not missing out on much. You can make way more with just, with that many hours and that many views, you can make way more selling your own merchandise, selling your own digital products, like doing like shows if you're a musician. There's so many ways to monetize that are much, much better than ads. And that's what I've been saying like this whole time, right? Not this whole time, but for the last like few years, so many people get stuck in like, I'm really good at making content. They forget that at the end of the day, this is a business, right? YouTube is a marketing platform. YouTube does not make you money, unless you're PewDiePie and you get like 50 million views per month. YouTube doesn't make you money. Your business that you set up on the side makes you money. YouTube is just a marketing platform. And so, your business could be on Patreon, it could be on Kajabi where you can sell courses, it could be on a variety of different, Teespring where you sell t-shirts. And so always remember that ads, like whatever you can make on AdSense and Google Ads, you can probably make 5 to 10 times as much, sometimes even more on other monetary channels. Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, thanks for coming, by the way.
Yeah, no problem.
So I wanted to ask, the whole Jumpcut course, how much time a day to complete it within a year? Not to go 6 hours, at a time. What is your take on that? Is it possible?
Yeah, so let me repeat the question. Actually, yeah, I should have always repeat the question before recording this. So the question was, how long should you take to go through the Viral Academy course?
How much time per day does it need if I aim for it within a year?
Okay, so the question is, what do you mean within a year?
You have like summary for each assignment in 5 hours, 1 hour, and all this, but you know the whole course, and if I aim to complete it within a year, approximately how much time a day does it require?
Is this for AIM or Viral Academy?
For Jumpcut, is it Viral Academy?
Yeah. Sorry guys, we used to call it Jumpcut Academy, and then we're like, well, Jumpcut's our company name, we need to change the name, so it's now called Viral Academy. If anyone was confused about that. But everybody who's like newer should know it as Viral Academy. Okay, so you're saying if you want to complete the course within 1 year, how much should you do per day / per week? Okay. I mean, watching it is really not that big of an issue. Like you can literally just watch it within a few days. I think that in order to increase your chances of success within a year, what you should actually do is go through the course at your own pace, do all of the assignments. That generally takes, what do you say, like 2 months?
Yeah.
2 months-ish, something like that. And that's like, you know, watching one lesson, actually doing the work, thinking about it, doing the research, all that stuff. So it takes, give or take, 2 months. The most important part actually comes after that, right? That's one of the reasons why we did the boot camp, because to consistently create videos after that and to reflect on those videos and say, what's good about this, what's bad, and continue doing research, like outside research of what's going viral, what's trending, that's really the most important part, because that's where you're actually getting practice. Like I always relate it to, you know, you can read a book on basketball and it'll say like dribble like this, shoot like this, you know, defend like this, and you can go out and practice it for a day. But like the real skill comes from going out and playing basketball games, right? Like it's not reading that book and then practicing and then you're good. It's literally everything that comes after that. So what we're doing with Viral Academy and with any course that you take, it's setting a foundation for you in order for you to practice and you know, like we're not going to get you to point A to point B. What we're trying to do is just like steer you in the right direction so that you get there faster. And so yeah, I would say if you want to, if your goal is to find some type of success in 1 year, you should probably be, I mean, it's a hard thing because it just depends on where you are, but you should probably be releasing a video at least once every 2 weeks. Maybe once a month if it's a more complicated video. Yeah, sure.
What do you find is the best length of video for attracting eyeballs? You know, attention span is getting shorter and shorter all the time. Is there a length of video that makes sense in terms of minutes?
No, honestly, I wouldn't worry about the length of your video. Generally speaking, it's like 4 to 7 minutes. But I've seen so many channels that have succeeded doing like 15, 20-minute videos. And so I wouldn't worry about the time, honestly. Just focus on what makes good content for your particular niche, for your particular subject. Do research on it, try it out, see how it feels, and then iterate on it. Right. Let's go here.
Hi, William Bird in Viral Academy. And what's YouTube's long-term future vision of itself?
You'd have to ask Susan about that, the CEO. But I mean, if you just extrapolate at the core of what Google is, Google owns YouTube. Google is an advertising company, right? And so the long-term vision is to create the new age TV, right? They want to take away market share from Netflix, from Hulu, from TV, and say, watch YouTube. So I think, I mean, they're already kind of doing this, but they want to take that market share by creating longer and longer form content. And that's why, you know, there was this huge thing a year ago about making your videos 10 minutes long because it cheats the algorithm. And I think that's still in effect somewhat to this day. So I think, in my opinion, the future is that there's going to be longer form content, and it's going to continue to be run by advertisers. In the back. All over that.
Yeah. If you're someone who really dislikes editing,
actually, sorry. Yeah, it'd be great if you could introduce yourself and then just talk about what you do, whether it's for AIM or for Viral Academy. All right, what you're trying to do. Yeah. No pressure.
You got up already.
So I'm James, Viral Academy. What I do is like on YouTube or professionally? YouTube, yeah. So I basically, so my channel, I'm still kind of experimenting with my channel. I just had a conversation with someone I just met, sorry, I met her name already. But basically I'm a jack of all trades. I've been experimenting with different things I've done, like different aspects of my life. I've done things from, you know, I've done Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu. I'm currently practicing to be a stunt actor. I've done date camps. Or
give us the one-sentence version.
I'm a jack of all trades that likes to do everything, and I like to share that with people. Cool. Anyways, my question is about editing. If you're someone who's not familiar with editing, if you have a very slow computer, and you generally get easily frustrated, and you find it hard to, you know, really put the time into edit, do you have something, you know, like something that keeps you motivated, or something that helps you just kind of stick to that? It's a necessary evil, if you will, but do you have something that helps you just really stick to your guns and get the editing done for a better video?
Yeah, it's funny because I actually get that question a lot. And I always say that you just have to find a way to make it fun. Because if you don't, and if you're not finding it, and be truthful to yourself too. Because if you can't find a way to make it fun, then maybe this career is not for you, right? And that's not to say that you can't turn it into something fun. Like I remember when I first started editing, I hated it too. But we started, what really helped me, and everybody's different, find a system that works for you, but what really helped me is, after, I don't know, editing 20 videos or so, 10 to 20 videos, it got boring because it was kind of the same thing over and over and over. And so what helped me was, I was like, all right, how can I innovate, right? How can I take it to the next level? How can I add some weird shit in here? And maybe it takes me twice as long to do, but that's satisfying to me. And so I think at the end of the day, you just have to find a way to make it fun. And understand that, yes, there's going to be hard parts where you're just like, man, this sucks. That comes with any job. That comes with anything you do that makes you money. There's going to be parts that, you have to get on your knees and literally scrub the ground, figuratively speaking. But if you can find a way to do that, listen to headphones, and then get up and dance, now it becomes something fun, right? And so I think you just have to find that for editing. For me, it was just adding weird editing tricks and copying other people and seeing hey, can I do that? And I just made it really fun pretty much.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Falling asleep over there with her hands.
Sorry, trying to type what you're saying at the same time. So, my name is Ashley.
This is not an AA.
So, 25. So basically my channel, I started it with a partner. So I'll give you a quick little story. My partner decided she didn't want to do it anymore, delete all the videos. So now I'm doing it by myself, and it's about fitness and food. So my question for you, regarding editing, because that is my problem too. Do you have a program? I know I Google a lot, what are the best programs, iMovie, the Filmora, Adobe, is there a program that you say that for beginners? It's yes. Because Adobe is fantastic, but for beginners it's kind of a little overwhelming.
We have a forum post on that. If you go to the Hall of Fame, there's a place where, because that's a very common question. I would say if you're just starting out, do you use a Mac?
No, an HP.
HP?
Yeah.
Shit.
I know. I didn't with my phone, but really, yeah.
No, I unintentionally said that. I said shit because I don't know. I haven't used Windows in a long time, so I can't make a personal recommendation. But from what I've heard, DaVinci Resolve is good. Does anybody know about Windows software?
Yeah,
recommendations?